She says she's busy, but posts all night. You wait, you overthink, you stare at bubbles that never turn blue. Pretend they're not telling you exactly what you need to know. Stop reading her texts. Read her calendar. Stop listening to polite words. Listen to what time, energy, and risk are whispering. In the next few minutes, I'll hand you a simple lens, call it the signal matrix, to see interest without guessing. Miss this, and you'll trade weeks of your life for a handful of maybes. You're watching Stoic Reflections, judgment over impulse, character over chaos. If your heart rate just dropped a little, stay with me. Picture this clearly. 2 dates in, she says, "Let's hang soon." Cancels twice, and watches every story you post within 5 minutes. Your mind builds a courtroom. You argue for your case. You tell yourself she's just stressed. You assemble a collage of small green moments to paint over the loud red pattern. I stopped texting for a week. She never reappeared. No drama, no speeches, just a quiet exit and a week saved from a month of guessing. The Matrix verdict was red. I respected it, and the world didn't end. In fact, it got quieter. That quiet is where good decisions live. Here's the lens. Green means invest. She initiates sometimes, not just replies. She shows up when she says she will. She moves closer across time, not just in one bright moment. Yellow means hold steady. She's warm in groups and cool in private. She laughs with you but rarely follows through. The slope is flat, not upward. Red means exit. She cancels last minute more than once. She avoids one-on-one even after clean, simple invitations. There's no upward slope after 2 or 3 honest chances. Patterns beat moments. See 3 greens in 7 to 10 days. Lead clearly. See 2 reds in a row. Walk away. No announcements, no emotional negotiation, just standards. Now, the signals that most men misread. Nervous energy, first small fidgets, a breath that catches, a blush that arrives late and leaves early. That isn't always disinterest. Often it's attraction under pressure. Your job is to be the steady signal in the room. Slow your speech by a notch. Relax your shoulders. Let your eyes rest instead of darting. The moment gets safe when you become the anchor. Next, the adjustment tell. She fixes her hair, smooths her clothes, checks her reflection when you step into view. That's calibration, not a performance for everyone. Notice quietly. Offer one precise compliment later. And keep moving. You're confirming reality without flooding her nervous system with attention. The big misread is personal curiosity. Most men think interest is shown by laughing at jokes or asking about hobbies. Real interest arrives as questions about values and decisions. Why did you move cities? Why that workout? Not another. How do you choose what to sacrifice this year? She's mapping your compass, not your calendar. Answer with spine. Direction, not diary. Clarity, not confession. Mystery isn't a trick or a costume. It's the shadow of focus. When your life points at something real, you don't have to force intrigue. You simply have less time for spillage. Touch is next. When she initiates, small, low-risk touch. Forearm during a story, shoulder, as she laughs. A playful nudge on a crowded sidewalk. She's sampling closeness. Receive it with calm. Return once, briefly, and release first. That small release is a signal you enjoy connection and you're not desperate for it. It tells the nervous system across from you that this is not the tug of war. Effortless laughter matters too. If she laughs with ease, even at your plain observations, comfort is rising. The trap is to become a performer. Don't spin plates to keep attention. Warmth is good. A circus kills polarity. Let your humor underline presence. It should be the spice, not the meal. Orientation is honest. The torso turns, feet point, the head tilts and stays available. She leans and doesn't guard the front of the body. This is gravity, not force. You don't need to orchestrate an elaborate mirror. Stay present and still. The nervous systems will do what they do. And then the classic. It's not a stare down, it's a loop. Look away, look back when you meet it. Hold one beat past comfort and return to your task. That tiny beat carries more signal than paragraphs ever will. It says, I am not starving. A quick check before we move on. Has she initiated anything in the last week? Has she suggested a time, a place, a plan? Has she made it easy for you to lead? If the answer is no across the board, your mind will try to scribble a story over the empty page. Don't the blank page as a page. Read it. Let's act cleanly. To posure first. Your emotional temperature sets the climate. If you inflate every hint into a forecast, you become a storm system that no one trusts. Calm is rare in a culture hooked on immediate answers. That's why it's compelling. Boundaries. Next, know what you will not keep in your life. Flakiness, disrespect, chronic ambiguity. Say, little in force, quietly. Standards spoken once, then lived. Have a life that moves whether one person shows up or not. Purpose is your oxygen. Without it, everything wheezes. Confidence, patience, even charm. You cannot fake breathing for long. Words still matter, so use them with precision. Invite with clarity. Thursday or Saturday 6, the Gallery Cafe. No essays. If you receive a vague reply sometime, clarify once. All good. Ping me when you're free. Then stop. If interest is real, it returns with clarity and energy. When the signal is obvious, lead with honesty. I like your company. Let's make it intentional. Dinner next week. That's direct without pressure. It's congruent with reality, not a sales pitch for flakiness. Respond like a grown man, not a prosecutor. No worries. Let's pause. Reach out when your schedule clears. Then you actually pause. If she cares, the next move will be specific. If she doesn't, the silence will tell you what you wouldn't let yourself hear earlier. Character is the next filter. Invest where the weather is steady. She makes time without theatrics. She's curious about your mission rather than competing with it for attention. She can have conflict without cruelty. She says thank you and means it. She reciprocates effort without running a ledger. She's building something in her own life. Exit when the fireworks are trying to blind you. Hot and cold cycles framed as chemistry are chaos in better lighting. Jealousy games are not attraction. They're control experiments. Chronic lateness dressed as spontaneity is disrespect with glitter. Love bombing, followed by withdrawal, is just hunger disguised as intimacy. Don't call that depth. Call it what it is. And walk. Conflicting signals will appear. Warm 1 week distant. The next reasons vary. Stress options, uncertainty. Your move doesn't match her investment. Don't exceed it. Keep invitations clean and infrequent. Maintain your momentum in your training, your work, your brotherhood, your practice. If the inconsistency persists, choose peace over pursuit. Clarity is a kindness you can give yourself without asking permission. Uncertainty is not resolved by interrogation, it's resolved by time and consistent observation. Offer 2 or 3 clean invitations. If the energy stalls, exit without a scene. Desire deserves decisiveness from both sides. Let me give you more living examples, because your mind learns patterns faster when it feels them. The warm mirror. She meets your eyes, asks about your deadlines, remembers that you had an early training session, and texts on Friday with, I'm free Saturday afternoon, coffee. That's steady. And it compounds. Lead calmly. The stage flirt in groups. She's all light and noise. Alone, she's distant. She replies in 2 days with 2 words. Plans are fog. Performance beats partnership. Don't chase the light show either. Hold neutral or exit. The nervous bloom. She fidgets, stumbles on a word, looks away and smiles, then shows up the next time, replies quickly and says yes to clear plans. That's attraction with pressure. Lower the pressure. Keep your voice slow, your jokes low, your invitations clear. Let consistency do what intensity can't. Another test. What happens when you go quiet for a few days? Because life is full. If she's green, she will surface with a question, a suggestion, a bid for connection. If she's yellow, nothing happens until you push the boulder again. If she's read, your silence is the first real relief she's felt. Yes, that's hard to sit with. Sit with it anyway. Nature has sharp edges. Your job isn't to wrap them in bubble wrap, it's to stop grabbing them blindly. Your inner signal matters more than any external reading. Discipline first. Train daily. Body, craft, mind, stillness. Next, 10 quiet minutes where you don't pour yourself into a screen. Journal. The difference between what you observed and what you assumed. Brotherhood, always. Have a circle of honest men who will tell you when you're bargaining service in the background. Do something that doesn't point back to you. Power without service rots when your center is fuller. Attraction stops being a drug. Ironically, that's when it starts to show up more. Neediness repels because it drags other people into your unfinished business. Finish enough of it that you can offer calm. A quick language calibration that will save you hours. A man who leads himself doesn't chase, doesn't autopsy texts, and doesn't debate reality. He reads what's in front of him and moves. Attention is earned. The presence isn't a hostage. This mindset removes 70% of the confusion men write to me about. It doesn't make the world soft. It makes you strong enough to deal with the world as it is. Since you're here for practicals, here are situational scripts that maintain dignity and momentum. You've had a good first conversation at a gallery. Don't stretch it into a marathon to avoid risk. I'm heading out in a minute. Thursday or Saturday evening works better for me. Coffee at the gallery cafe. If she says maybe this week's crazy, answer lightly. All good. Ping me when it frees up. Then end the exchange on good energy and physically leave. If she wants in, you'll see a specific time soon. If she returns with some time, you already gave the clean out. Don't teach someone that your attention is a trampoline. You're mid-date and she keeps reaching for her phone. You don't need a lecture. You can say, let's park our phones for 20. I want to actually be here. Smile, then put yours face down and continue your thought. If she resists, your data is in. Adjust accordingly. Late cancellation with a vague reason. No problem. Let's pause and revisit when the dust settles. If she values the connection, she'll come back with detail. If she doesn't, the pause becomes the end without a courtroom. Now, logistics attraction lives or dies here more than most realize. Suggest specific windows because a man with a direction has a schedule. Choose environments that suit conversation, quiet cafes, a small exhibit, a walk with a view where silence doesn't feel like failure. Pace matters. Eye contact to conversation. Conversation to a short first date. First date to second in a different context. Let each step breathe. Skip steps and you spook the process. Drag steps and momentum suffocates. Think of pacing like breath. In, out, in, out. Hyperventilate. And you faint. Hold forever. Screenshot this. Next stretch. It's the spine. Look at patterns, not sparks. Lead with composure. Hold your boundaries without speeches. Keep your direction whether you're applauded or ignored. Invest where effort is reciprocated. Exit where it isn't. Don't beg reality to change shape to fit your fantasy. See it. Decide. If you need a month-long tune-up, run a clean calibration. 7 days of awareness, no chasing validation. Track signals after interactions, separate observation from assumption on paper at night. 7 days of presence. Slow your speech by 10%. Breathe low when you talk. Put your phone away around her because attention is authority and authority is attractive. 7 days of direction. Set 2 goals unrelated to dating and touch them daily. Let your calendar reflect your standards. 7 days of decision. Evaluate the slope of each connection. Increase investment where reciprocity is steady. Step back where inconsistency persists. End the month with gratitude for the clarity you earned. If you want it tidy, I've put the checklist in the pinned comment. Save it and run it. The difference between guessing and seeing is 1 month of honesty. Let's sharpen the edge even further with more lived scenes. A woman who says yes to your invitation, offers 2 possible times, and follows up on the day with "still good for 6, is telling you, I value my time and yours. Treat that with respect. Show up 5 minutes early. Lead the first 5 minutes with calm. Ask one question that matters. What trade-off are you making this year? Most people won't see. Listen to the answer. Listening is dominance without arrogance. It shows you're safe and strong at the same time. A woman who arrives late, doesn't text ahead, and makes you the entertainer for 90 minutes is also telling you something. She's auditioning attention. You can bow out without slamming the door. I'm going to roll. Thanks for the company. No sting, no second booking. Before we close, audit your language. Replace "How do you feel about me?" with "I enjoy this." I'd like to see you Thursday or Saturday. Replace "Why didn't you text me back?" with "Let's pause for now. Reach out when your time opens up." Replace "What are we?" 3 weeks in with "I'm moving intentionally. If that aligns, great. If not, no pressure." These sentences aren't tricks, they're clean mirrors. Clean mirrors make fast decisions possible. One more quick rehook to carry you out into your week. Has she made anything easier? Has she given you a time, a place, a path? Has she moved closer without you pushing every inch? If not, the story you're telling is the only fuel keeping the car moving. Let it roll to a stop. Step out. Walk. If this gave you clarity, subscribe and send it to a man who needs calm more than fireworks. Ask your question in the comments and I'll answer with clarity. The 3 0-day Stoic calibration checklist sits in the pinned comment. Save it and run it patterns. Over sparks, lead with composure. Guard your boundaries with silence. Keep your direction when nobody is clapping. Invest where effort returns. Exit where it doesn't. Don't beg reality. See it. Decide. Move.